A North Carolina woman, pregnant with baby number 4, wanted to shut her haters up, so she posted a photo of her growing baby bump on social media. Although one user commented that the woman looked sexy, the photo went mostly unnoticed for days. Then at least one observant person took a closer look and quickly called the cops. Natasha Kirkland, a 26-year-old woman from Cherokee, North Carolina, was apparently excited to be expecting baby number 4. However, there were those who questioned whether she was really pregnant. Her so-called haters were skeptical, wondering if the pregnancy was a ruse since the selfie-loving social media user hadn't posted any belly shots, according to eBaum's World. Sure enough, Natasha was indeed knocked up once again, and she was more than willing to prove it. Hoping to shut up those who doubted her pregnancy, Natasha posed for a picture in a room of her home. Bearing her growing baby bump at 20 weeks along for all to see, she stood proudly with her belly hanging out below the tank top she had pulled up to expose all of her glory, but she exposed much more than intended. In a hurry to shut her haters down, Natasha posted the image on social media. But that wasn't enough. Natasha, who spells her name Mitosha on Facebook, made the big bear bump image her profile picture too. Unfortunately for her, she must not have looked too closely at the photo before sharing it with the world. That was a big mistake that would land her behind bars. Natasha didn't garner much attention with her new photo initially. Instead, the image sat on her timeline and in the newsfeed of her friends for days. It went virtually unnoticed except for 2 comments, one of which claimed the mom to be looked sexy. Then, a more observant social media user spotted glaring issues in Natasha. Kirkland was thrown behind bars 3 days after the picture was posted. Apparently, Natasha was in such a hurry to take the picture. She dropped everything she was doing to pose for the photo. And what she was doing was a big problem for social media users concerned about the growing baby inside her. While evidence that she was expecting was provided, she also proved something else about herself that was particularly troublesome. Those with a sharp eye for details spotted a stool in the background where Natasha had left her drugs, spoon, and syringes in plain sight. But there was an even bigger issue. The expected mom couldn't even claim the illegal narcotics weren't hers since she had also left an elastic tourniquet or tie off on her upper arm, which intravenous drug users use to make their veins bulge so they can be more easily found and injected. In other words, it was an obvious indication that Natasha had just been or was about to shoot up. Although she was arrested on a number of charges 3 days after the incriminating photo became her profile image, none of them was drug-related or involved child endangerment. Surprisingly, even though she admitted to using drugs in another post, Natasha was only held accountable for some outstanding offenses, including driving with a revoked license, felony credit card fraud, and felony obtaining property under pretenses, Sarcasm reported. According to the North Carolina court calendar, she was also facing a felony charge of larceny of a firearm. In an attempt to save face, Natasha claimed her Facebook profile was hacked and that the hacker posted an old photo of her, Newsily reported. Hoping not to look like a complete degenerate, even though she admitted to having her kids taken from her in the past, she backed up her hacking claim by alleging to be clean when she got busted. Natasha Kirkland's pale excuses don't change the fact that she admitted to doing her drugs when the picture of her was taken, where it's clear she had a baby in her belly. The photo was proof that Natasha Kirkland was a danger to her unborn child, regardless of whether the pregnancy was a previous or current one. And sadly, she didn't seem to straighten up her act. Although the photo first went viral in 2015, it has made its rounds time and again, causing many to wonder what Natasha has been up to. Sarcasm decided to find out and discovered that she's since had so many run-ins with the law. It's hard to piece them all together. It appears Natasha was arrested at least 10 times in the 3 years following the baby bump photo incident on a list of charges, including larceny of a motor vehicle, breaking and entering, driving with a revoked license, probation violation, and numerous instances of failure to appear. According to North Carolina court records at the time of Sarcasm's update, she had pending court dates for a felony charge of breaking and entering, felony larceny, and driving with a revoked license. Clearly, she didn't learn her lesson, and sadly her children are likely paying the price for her years of continued debauchery.